Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Valentine's Day and V-Day, 1 billion rising today. Um, Women standing up, or people standing up for the rights of women, for the rights of the planet. So through dance and creative activity, and gathering together. It's just a beautiful, beautiful energy. They are raising the vibration. They are raising the vibration, and that's all. That's what we all need to sort of do within our own lives. And they raise the vibration through dancing. So I would suggest today that at some point you do a jig. So on another subject, I thought I would do a quick read on William Barr. I've already shuffled the cards. He is kind of in the spotlight again because of what happened with the Justice Department, Trump's tweets about Roger Stone being unfairly treated, and then him going and trying to fix it, and then 4 of the people from the Justice Department resigning in protest. In a way, of course, Trump is making Barr's work impossible. Good. And we'll see what's up for William Barr. So I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite deck. So let's see. The um, immediate environment, we have justice. So this really is about the questioning, right, of justice, the questioning of the Justice Department. What is at stake? Justice is at stake. Let's see what's crossing it. Okay, well, the emperor would be Trump. Okay, that's about right. Let's see what's at the root. Strength. So it at the root of this is what is the strength of the justice? What is the strength of those people who make up the Justice Department, not necessarily who run the Justice Department? Let's see what's in the past. The star. Okay, that's hope. That's having a guiding star. You know, this America is a nation of laws. I think I read somewhere that America has like a tenth of the population of the world and 90% of the lawyers. Now, that's an old statistic, but we can understand that, right? I mean, almost everybody in the Senate and is a lawyer, right? A lot of those senators are lawyers. Um, so it has been the sort of the rule of law has been this thing that we've sort of looked up to, and now we are being challenged. That whole idea is being challenged as the number one lawyer in the country is fixing things for for the president. The challenge, right? Let's see what's in the sky. Okay, so this is dirty deeds. This is unfair practices. This is one of my teachers describes this card as something stinks in Denmark. We could change it and say something stinks at the Justice Department, and that stink, of course, is Bill Barr. But as it is the in the reading, it's at the top of the Celtic cross, and so it's what's evident, it's what's out there, and so we are seeing clearly. Um, we're seeing all of this craziness, all of this like right out in front. Let's see what's in the future. Okay, so we have the the chariot. It's very interesting. This is the one, two, three, four, fifth card that I've pulled, and 4 of them have been major arcana. 5 of them. Hold on, I'm trying to count. I've picked 6 cards. 5 of them have been major arcana. That is serious stuff. That is serious stuff. This is whenever there's a lot of major arcana, or this is how I read it. Whenever there's a lot of major arcana, this is a point, an evolutionary point, a fated point. This matters. This really matters. And the Chariot in um, in the immediate future, and this is a reading about Bill Barr, says to me that he is moving on. He is moving on. Um, there is no way that I could see this as a victory, except maybe a victory for justice. So I feel like he is moving on. Let's see how it's seen from the outside. Yeah, so he's got his hands tied behind his back. He's doing his best to navigate all these crazy tweets, but he is in a very bad position that he himself put himself in. I'm not exactly sure what he thought he was going to accomplish with Trump. Why he would some I've heard people say, and perhaps this has been on cable news or maybe not cable news. Maybe it's been the other places. You get so much information that he convinced Trump that Trump was king and Trump could do anything. I'm not so sure about that, but if he did, I'm sure he's regretting his great plan. I tend to think that there's more knowing Trump and the way Trump works. I'd be more likely to think that there was some sort of dirt on Barr um, that Trump holds. That's what I would think, but I'm not sure of that either, and that's just supposition on my part. Domestic situation, um, charging in. So he's going to take kind of an aggressive stand. He's gonna go on the attack, um, or he is going to be. It's a domestic situation, and I don't feel that this is like his home. I feel like this is his work, and so I think this Knight of Swords, charging for what is right. I think that this is perhaps the people in the Justice Department sort of reacting to this particular issue. Hopes and fears. He fears justice, perhaps fairness, and the outcome. Okay, so his work is not done. This is what this card says. Um, all right, let's continue. Let's see what else comes out. That's not enough for me to come up with the Knight of Wands, moving, starting something, going on a quest, and the Magician. Okay. I almost feel let's see what's underneath it all. The lovers, the choices. He's a Gemini. Trump's a Gemini. Pence is a Gemini. Rudy Giuliani is a Gemini. Okay. I think with the lovers underneath it all is this was his choice. He chose to do this. Um, the outcome, I'm still not getting what those three cards mean: the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Magician. I almost feel like that outcome card doesn't have to necessarily do with Barr per se, but has more to do with the Justice Department itself. I feel like that there are people within the department, there is that are rising up, and the Seven of Pentacles can be seen as a need to um, weed things out. In order for the plant to grow, um, it needs more nurturance, more work. It's not quite ready to harvest. Um, and then this is about being on a quest, and this is generally a spiritual quest, something inspired. And then we have the Magician card, which is about sort of taking the reins of power, as above, so below. And not so much, well, taking the reins of power. It can be a manipulative card. There can be a manipulation here, but it can also be a card that's associated with taking all the tools at your disposal and focusing and manifesting through that focus. So I feel like these cards are talking about him leaving. And I'm going to pull some more cards just to make sure that this comes up. It's that Chariot in the immediate future. And somebody taking sort of the reins of the Justice Department and trying to weed out the thing, weed out the people, unless, all right, the other thing is he can be out and Trump can try to put somebody else in who will further manipulate, who will further manipulate. And oh my God, would it be like just like Trump to like take Barr out and put Rudy Giuliani in? That would just be the ultimate ridiculousness. And you know, just when we think things couldn't get more ridiculous, things get more ridiculous. So it sounds crazy, but who knows? Um, who knows? All right, I want to just do a clarifier on that Chariot card. The immediate future. It feels to me like Barr is moving out, movie's moving along. But let's see what these cards say. I'm using as a, oops. Yeah, okay. Excuse me a second. It fell on the ground and I got to pick it up. So I'm using the Tarot of the Spirit, which is a pretty spiritual deck, but excuse me, it just happens to be the one that I have here. And what fell to the floor that comes to the door is the World card. So this is about endings. So he is definitely out. Let's see what the last three cards there that I picked. Let's get some clarifiers on that. Let's get a clarifier on this card. What is going to be pruned? We get the Hierophant. Well, the Hierophant is government. Okay. Who is this knight? This Knight of Wands? The Lovers. Okay, a Gemini card. Maybe having Rudy take over is not so unbelievable. And the Magician, we get the Nine of Cups here, the rainbow mirror. In this deck, this card means the image of, or the it's like the it's like something that is completely visualized but has not yet manifested into physical form. Now I know I'm sort of putting myself out on a limb here. Let's see what's underneath. All right. The Nine of Swords, anxiety, and this is called the screen. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's all this like conflict on the screen. And it is a screen because it's an outpicturing of our mind, like chaos and all of that. Um, but this is what I see, and I did not expect to see this. I feel like he's out, and the next thing Trump is going to do is Trump is going to try to put Rudy Giuliani in, or somebody who is willing to do what Barr isn't willing to do. And the only person I can think of is Giuliani. And the reason I say Giuliani is because there's so much Gemini energy coming up in these cards. In fact, the Knight of Swords, which is I mean, the Knight of Wands, which is the sort of the knight on the quest. Of course, it's a knight, so they don't have enough experience, and they're on the spiritual quest. The only person I think who would sort of like go with that and crazy enough to do that would be Rudy Giuliani. So don't be surprised if that comes up. I will be surprised if it does come up, but that's what the cards look like. So take it for what it is. Okay, take it for what it is. I hope you enjoyed that. I kind of did. I think it's terrifyingly hysterical. Have a great day. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.